In this lecture, you'll be learning how you can send emails from your Gmail account with Windows PowerShell. Now, there's several reasons why you may want to do this. For example, you may want to automatically email a user when their Active Directory passwords are about to expire, or you may want to email them when their Active Directory accounts are about to log out. Now, keep in mind, if you want to follow along, you'll want to do this on your Windows 10 computer. You will not want to do this in the online IT labs, as our lab provider will block access to the SMTP servers of Google. And the reason for this is to keep people from sending spam and things like that from their IT labs. So just run this on your local computer and you'll be good to go. Now, in order to send emails from either your personal or your company Gmail account, we're going to first need to allow access. Now, this means we're going to have to allow less secure apps to authenticate to our Gmail account. A less secure app is basically anything that uses a simple username and password rather than something that uses OAuth tokens. Now, in the security world, this is a very bad practice, but for the simplicity of this tutorial, we're going to do it anyway so we can get started using our Gmail username and our Gmail password. Now, if you're using the G Suite for your company, what you're going to want to do is go to the G Suite admin panel, which is at admin.google.com. Once you're there, you'll click Security. Next, we're looking for less secure apps, and it's about halfway down. Next, we're going to check Allow users to manage their access to less secure apps. Once that's done, let's go to myaccount.google.com/less secure apps. And then we'll turn Allow less secure apps on. Now, once this is on, we're free to start coding our PowerShell script that will send emails from our PowerShell email. So I'm going to minimize this and we'll open the PowerShell ISE and we can begin coding. So I'm going to create a function called send-email. And inside of this function, we'll declare a few parameters. And we're going to say param. And I'm going to say parameter. And we'll just say mandatory equals true because we want these to be required. And it's going to be a type string. And I'm just going to copy this 3 times because we'll have 3 parameters. The first is going to be to. The second will be subject. And the final will be body, or the body of the email. Now that we have these variables, we're going to go ahead and say, get the user credentials. So we're going to say username is equal to blank, and then password is equal to blank. Now this is going to be your Gmail login. So if you have an @Gmail or a custom domain, it'll be whatever that case is. So at paul@serveracademy.com. And then it would be my password for my Server Academy account. Now, it's a very bad practice to store your credentials inside of your scripts, especially if you do script management like version control and you're uploading these to remote servers. So a better way to do this is to use a local file on your desktop or on your C drive. So here under my user profile, I'm going to make a new text document and I'm just going to call it gmail_creds. So I'm going to open this and type in my email address, paul@serveracademy.com. And I'll just type in a password, which this is not the correct password, obviously, but I'm going to save this. And this will keep it from appearing in clear text within my script. So to get this inside the script, we're going to use, inside of a sub expression operator, which is just parentheses really, we're going to say get-content. And the path will be C, users, Hillbro. And if I go here, I can do credentials. Oops, Gmail, I believe it's gmailcreds.txt. And I'll just double check that. Gmailcreds.txt. And that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and just highlight this text and press F8 to see what it does. And it outputs the actual contents. Now, for the username, I only want to grab the first line. So we're going to go right here and we're going to do an opening bracket and a closing bracket. So we're doing 0. Inside the bracket, open and close. So when I run this entire sub expression operator and I hit F8, it just returns paul@serveracademy.com. I can copy that and run that also for the password and change it to 1. That will get line 1. So actually, essentially it's line 2. So this is 0 is 1 and 1 is 2. So if I go ahead and I highlight all this and I hit F8, I can output username, and that's paul@serveracademy.com, and I can output password. And that's going to be the password that I put in. Okay, now I'm going to just type CLS and clear the screen. Now we need to convert this to a secure string. So we're going to say convert to dash secure string. as plain text, and we're going to say force. Now let's rerun that. So I'm just going to highlight this, press F8, and let's see that password will now come out as a system.security.secure string. Okay, so this is a password that we can actually use inside of our script. Now we need to create a hash. So we're going to say create hash for email. And a hash is just going to be an easy to read format of the parameters that we're going to pass to the send mail message command. So we'll call this email, and we'll say email is equal to @ opening brace, go down a couple lines and close the brace. And we're just going to copy in a series of variables. We're going to say from is equal to username. So the from will be paul@serveracademy.com. Now let's have to is equal to the variable to. Subject is equal to subject, the variable. SMTP server is going to be equal to smtp.gmail.com. The body is going to be equal to body. The credential is going to be equal to new-object system.management.automation.ps credential. Okay, and then we're going to say argument list, and we're going to pass the username and the password. So username, comma, password. Okay, next we'll say use SSL is equal to true. And you'll note that I'm adding the $ before just to pass the flag true. So we're not just saying true. There's a little difference there. And verbose, we can say equal to true. All right. So now if we just highlight this and hit F8, and we just type CLS, and let's just output email, press enter, we can see that we have the values inside of this script. Okay. And we can update this just as a preview and just say email. And if we hit F5 and run CLS again, now if we call this command or this function send-email, it'll say, who do you want to send it to? I can just say example@gmail.com. The subject, this is my subject. And the body, this is the body of the email. So it's going to output, it runs this last command, which just outputs all the values that we passed. And we can see who we're emailing it to, what the subject is, and the body of the email, and then who it's from, which is paul@serveracademy.com. Okay, so the last thing we need to do here is update this, remove this, and just say send-mail message, and we're going to say @email, and we're just calling this variable right here. Okay, so I have to actually go back and update the credentials inside of my text file, so I'm going to do that really quick off camera, and then I will send this email. Okay, so I've updated the credentials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit F5 to re-execute this and reload the credentials into memory. And I'm going to say send-email. And I'm going to say to is a personal Gmail account that I own, which I'll blur out. And then the subject is going to be, this is a test email. And the body will be, hello there, this is a test. And I'll press enter. And it looks like the command completed successfully. So I'm going to CLS, clear that screen. And I'm going to open my Gmail account and see if I got the email. Okay, so I was able to open the email, and I can see that this is a test email went through. It came from paul@serveracademy.com. It was sent to me, and it worked as expected. So now we could do things like getting Active Directory user information, like when is their password going to expire? And if it's less than 14 days away, then send them an email asking them to update their password and things like that. But this is how you would go about sending emails from your Gmail account with Windows PowerShell. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.